Interesting.
So let's start by, of course, looking at the build. Now, this is Unreal Allen. Recently subbed, so thank you very much, Unreal Allen, for the sub. Let's.
You might want to stop the minimap.
Yeah, I probably should. There we go. Come on. There it is. All right, Unreal Allen, here's your build in the Puerto Rico.
Oh. Never mind.
So you've gone with main armaments mod 1, damage control, aiming systems, damage control 2, concealment, and main battery. Puerto Rico gives you the ability to take hydro and radar. And a heal. Okay. For your captain skills, honestly, it doesn't matter too much if you are in competitive. Both of these have a slight buff to them. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about talent so much. So let's assume that you're using Halsey or one of the does. You've got Grease the Gears, buff Grease the Gears versus, or into Demolition Expert, into Superintendent, Concealment Expert, Gun Feeder. Where's number 6? There it is, Adrenaline Rush, Survivability Expert, and then finally, Top Grade Gunner. I mean, if I'm playing Puerto Rico, that's probably everything I would take, yeah?
Why would you take Demo Expert?
So, yeah, I might drop that in favor of Priority Target, personally.
Like, either Priority Target or Consumables. But, like, 1% fire chance for a Puerto Rico? Like, I wouldn't even take it on the Des Moines. And much less though on a Puerto Rico.
Okay,
Consumables enhancements make the most sense.
I'm sorry, SAT what?
I would also go with consumable enhancements. That Demolition Expert's near useless.
So to get the extra time on surveillance radar is very helpful. And obviously the extra hydro time is useful too. Okay. In this situation, you are choosing to use anti-dead, ramming flags, anti-fire, anti-flood, heal boost, speed, consumables, and then finally hydroacoustic. Honestly, that's fine. I mean, in a clan battle situation, that's probably all you need. All right, let's take a look at your game here. Azteca Warriors, yes, finally it is Friday. Agreed, my dude.
What's the advantage of bringing Puerto Rico over a Des Moines? Is it just a heavier broadside?
You don't get nuked as easily.
So you get the heavier broadside. Also, the Citadel is at the waterline or below waterline, so it's harder to Citadel it. So basically, it's tankier. I need to take a screenshot at the start of this game. Sorry, apologize.
What league is this?
That's a really good question. What league are we looking at here? This is on Shatter. The thing about Shatter is the islands always give a bit of a division to the setup. Rabbit season.
Awaiting instructions.
I expect this to be Gale or Storm.
Yep. Now this is Unreal Allen.
Is it alright if I talk about the team comps?
Go right ahead, please do so.
So, your choice of battleship is Borger, which is... I don't think it's a strong pick this season. She's just too fragile. Like, Wargaming removed a lot of the tankier ships, or restricted them, so you have to put all your HP in the battleship now, and Bourgogne is not a good option. The cruisers are pretty interesting, though. Annapolis is a pretty good pick.
Hmm.
Nevsky is your restricted ship, which is fine. And since you're pairing with the Hargumo and Sherman, she can do a lot of work.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
but Puerto Rico's your only real tanky ship, and you're running three destroyers, so your team does not have a lot of durability to work with. If you
Hmm.
can't hold on to A, it's kind of a GG. Just enemies can literally shove HP into your face. There's not much you can do about it.
Now you just said if you can hold on to A, and if you look at the minimap, our guy is nowhere near A, right?
Yeah.
So
As
I think
for as for destroyers, Shimakaze is the only one spotting, but I don't like how the deployment. I don't know. I don't like this deployment. The Haragumo or the Sherman should be with the Nevsky.
okay.
Shimakaze should be spotting.
I'm surprised, Unreal, that you did not try to get a shot on that Des Moines. Fortunately for you, the Annapolis took care of it for you, so that's oof.
This sounds like a Gale thing to do.
Now you said you'd rather see Unreal Allen in the Puerto Rico more towards the ACAP. And that's because he is the most the tankiest of ships, right?
I didn't really specify. It's okay to have him on the flank here,
Hmm.
especially since, for whatever reason, the enemy's thrown all their ships here. Are you sure you want to
Oh,
turn out in front of Annapolis?
I mean, Annapolis is shooting HE, so why not? Ah, wow.
Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, but that Annapolis should have just radared. But, that's his problem.
Hmm. Speaking of Annapolis, he's doing the thing. Nope, he's turning. Okay, that's good.
He can honestly do the thing, and he won't get punished as easily because his citadel is super narrow.
Yep.
Uh, what happened to your Sherman and Haragumo?
They died. Looks like radar from the Annapolis. Nice citadel.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't use any of your consumables here.
Which
Like,
consumables would you want him to use, Grunty?
I mean, honestly, with the destroyers that crossed around here, and I would have used both. Like, I would have used a Raider and a Hydro here.
Okay.
Annapolis popped his radar, so you could have waited. But yeah, I would have popped Hydro just in case someone tried to torp.
Okay, well, you caught the Austin and the Daring trying to come up to your position.
Uh, that Austin, you have to... No AP for the Austin.
The ship is on fire.
I'm sorry, what about the Austin? Nice HE sub on the Daring, at least.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
heal
like,
time. Heal, 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 heal.
you know what he's
A-
gonna do.
Oh!
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Oh! Bye-bye, buddy. Nice job there. You made them come into you, and then you just completely freaking owned them.
That's why you don't take an Austin. And you showed him why.
I mean,
HE time for the Daring?
The play from this Austin was stupid to begin with.
Yes, it
Like,
was.
This doesn't feel like a clan battle. That feels more like the rank battle where everybody's just doing something.
And this is a good thing, right? Because it's an easy win for you guys. Gets you on the way to steal and whatever, right?
Welcome to the lower leagues. This is why I think it's quite fun down there.
Hmm. Now, in this position, the only real problem is you're in a kiting way spot. Your Annapolis has gotten into the C cap. Your Shimikaze's in the A cap. You really don't have anybody to shoot at right now, except maybe this Annapolis at long range. So, at what point do you try to go and get a better shot, you know?
I would do it
Yeah.
right now. There's
Yeah,
no
I
point.
agree.
Yeah, it felt really weird that the Annapolis pushed through in the cap and you stayed.
Right? Feels like you were trying to guard the middle from nobody.
From what? Yeah.
Yeah, your team is actually down on ships, so A side, you guys need to take a look at it.
I don't like the idea of going around this island here. I think you'd be better off just backing up and going straight down the channel. But okay.
I'd actually go down to 6th line. Like, they're clearly making a push back onto A. Your Shimakaze is not doing anything, and your Borger can't 1v3.
Well, the Brigand does
Dude.
kill the Marceau at least, so that helps.
Think of it this way. You're here to defend 2. To win, you just need to defend 2 caps, right?
Yes.
So, why are you running away from the 2 caps?
Good question.
Like, what do you hope to accomplish by being on the 8-9 line?
I think he just wanted to go around to support the Annapolis, and instead of doing a 3-point turn in the channel, he's taking it a long way around.
Yeah,
He
I guess the
could've
problem is
also-
by the time you get there, it's just gonna take so long.
Yeah.
It's
he
like
could've
the
also
decision to
gone-
go through should have come like 4 minutes earlier.
Now, you do still have 2 caps to their 1. Your Annapolis is nearby, using his radar now, catches the daring with the radar. You're looking at the Annapolis. No, look at the daring. There you go.
Did he funny button the daring?
The
Yeah.
Annapolis? Looks like he did.
That's a mistake.
Why?
Well, the daring's
You-
alive.
You only want to use the funny button if it secures the kill, because otherwise you're just vulnerable afterwards.
Yep. That Annapolis is gonna get, I don't know, 5 salvos to his 3 now?
Well, yep. He's almost dead. One more shot and he probably will be. There he goes.
Yeah, he basically got nothing out of that. And you just lost your super ship just for that, so
The enemy is about to win.
not a very efficient use of burst fire.
Okay. Now, Unreal said he'd really like to get some feedback on this. Ooh, nice Citadel, by the way. The thing about Citadels is they're nice to look at. You just wish you had like 3 more of them.
I think the main problem with giving feedback for the clan battles is that you don't know what the game plan in any situation is, like what the caller said to do. Like, you can tell him all the way right now, you should have gone through the channel and pushed through, but if the caller says you stay here and guard this entrance, then the feedback really should be for the caller to make better calls and not for the player to play better because they just did what the caller said them to do.
Yeah, I mean, all we can do is just kind of give some feedback to the individual player and what they did right or wrong, right? Like,
He can pass on what we said to the rest of the team. But
Yep.
that's on him, not on us.
agreed.
Yep, that's a good idea to try and catch the daring out. No, you have to get the daring.
Yeah, I don't like the idea to shoot him once and then move on to somebody
Problem
else.
solved, sir.
Like, the daring is absolutely what you should be focusing on with your rear guns as well as front guns. And now you're on double fire, so that's a GG.
Well, on the bright side, death pick time.
I'm okay with this.
Why are
I'm
we
ready.
switching? I wonder if this is overconfidence and thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna just kill it with my front guns.
I think this is just desperation.
Hmm.
It's wasting so much time too, switching the guns left and right the whole time.
Oh, yes. Alright, there we go. Try to catch out the daring first and then go dark. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I kind of feel like also, if you're playing the Burgon... The Burgon is not a tanky ship. The Burgon is a cruiser that's maybe a little bit healthier. So you, in the Puerto Rico, are the tankiest ship in this game. And you put him to a position where, frankly, he's not tanking, because by the time he's tanking, the enemy team has already won the entire flank. That's tough because you got spawned on that side, but
I mean, it didn't help. Like it, the enemy. What even was it? Puerto Rico? No, they raided U-2 destroyers, and I assume the it was the Austin pressing the funny button, deleting both of them.
it,
Mm,
yes. Now we went over the build, didn't we, for the Puerto Rico?
yeah,
Yep, we went over
Okay.
the build.
Just
it
making
just
sure.
feels like there was so much
I
like
think there's
kind of
gotta be.
mispositioning. Like the positioning and ship deployment just felt really wrong.
I have to agree with Grunty here. They put two destroyers down the middle, and the last thing you want to do with two destroyer is put them in a place where they can't maneuver and easily get shot at.
Yep.
Also, look what happened to the Nevsky. He is already at half health. He did not get smoke from the Shimakaze. Like, that's where your Haragumo or your Sherman should have been.
Yep.
And because you pushed the two destroyers down middle, you essentially started the game 5v7. Like, that Annapolis and Austin made short work of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you did a good job in deleting the Austin, but your follow-up afterwards was not very good. By going to the 8 and 10 line, you put yourself out of position for pretty much the rest of the fight. And because of that, you were sorely needed. Your HP was sorely needed when the enemy pushed back on the 3 or
A
4
side.
line.
Yep.
Yep.
The Burgon also beached himself there on the island, took himself out of the battle for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's an oof as well. I understand the thought, right? Burgon's on one side and then Puerto Rico's on the other. Why
But
aren't you pushing? You need to turn around immediately. Yeah. A little bit of a lack of aggression here, right?
yeah. When you
Yeah,
have
we said that
like
earlier, like together they need to go together with the Annapolis. Whether that's a push or a fallback, whatever it is, it need to be done by both.
Hmm. Okay.
I also think you need to switch out a few ships here because your team comp is just too fragile.
Hmm. All right, SAT, go ahead. What ships should they ship out of and switch to? Kerboa! What's up, Kerboa?
Look,
Thank you for the sub, dude.
So for choice of battleships, I would
Cremoa just
durable
resubscribed for
battleships
43
are
months.
generally to go to this season.
Uh-huh.
Montana is pretty solid. Could also run something like a Prusen. If you want the mobility, you could even take the Repub. But the most of the battleships I've seen is either been Montana or
Uh-huh.
one of the super battleships.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that, but I think we're assuming here this is lower leagues, right? And
Yes.
I'm a advocate for letting people play the ships they're comfortable in rather than playing the better meta ships. Because on
True.
average, you're getting a better result out of players when they play the ships they're actually comfortable in and what they like.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but I try to take that into account, but at a certain point, the ship choice you make is going to make a difference.
Oh
Like,
no, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But just like as a general statement, saying you should bring this, and this ship, you can't do that because like if the player absolutely like is not good in that ship, like maybe they don't even have that, like
well, that's why I make recommendations. I don't say take this ship. I try to suggest multiple ships that might fit the role better.
Okay.
It's up to the player if they want to do that, but I would recommend making a few changes. I think that
Hmm.
would make the comp a bit stronger.
Fair enough.
And then instead of one of the destroyers, I would recommend switching out one of the Haragumo or the Sherman for a cruiser of some sort.
Hmm.
It could be something like a Moskva. It could be something like a Des Moines.
Okay.
And that's because I don't think the third destroyer is adding any utility here.
No.
You already
yeah,
have.
true. And both the Haruguma and the Sherman are kind of fulfilling the same role anyway, right? You don't need two of them.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
because of. And also, I would actually dump the Sherman first because she's simply too slow. 34 knots, and she actually gets outrun by most of the cruisers she's supposed to help. So,
Yeah. Harugumo can be quite interesting, especially if you have the unique upgrade too, right? To provide a little
yes.
bit more mobility for
Yep,
whatever you're smoking up.
Hmm.
that's correct.
All
And
right.
speaking of that, I would have paired the Haruguma with the Nevsky and let the Shimakaze do some spotting. This way, Nevsky gets the smoke he needs so he doesn't get blapped at the beginning. Shima
Yep.
is free to do whatever he needs to spot.
Yep.
And yeah, basically you unleash both Nevsky's and Shimakaze's full potential.
And we've
It's
seen so
actually
many death nails with the Nevsky plus a smoke destroyer, so that makes perfect sense.
it looks kind of weird. Like if you look at the start of the battle again, Nevsky going aggressively towards A and then cutting in front of the island, not getting a smoke from the shimmer, and
Mhm.
just losing half the hit points for nothing. Like that looked like a major miscommunication there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something you want to get used to in the high. It's something commonly used at the higher tiers. Basically, you'll have a smoke ship dedicated for that radar cruiser.
Mhm.
So I would highly recommend next time getting a dedicated ship for that Nevsky.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and move on from this replay. Big thanks to Unreal Allen for sending this one in. I'll drop the replay render. Let's go to stream rate.